It's foul. It's so foul.
Hey, are they real or not?
Are they real or not?
No.
They're not real?
No.
She said they fake. Those
They are
look
fake.
real. What the fuck? Who paid for them? Yeah, who paid for them?
My dad.
Your dad? Her dad paid for them. There we go. What?
Yo, killing me with this.
What's one thing you wish men understood better about women?
Catcalling, it's not appreciated.
There's a difference from being creepy and then just trying
Charming.
to like,
Few moments later.
Well, this guy right here is mad sketchy.
You ain't gotta worry, girl. I won't kidnap you. You mad ugly.
Oh.
You gotta worry, girl. I won't kidnap you. You mad ugly.
This is a certified hood classic.
To this day. To this day.
Who is better at self-improvement, men or women?
women.
Self-improvement, definitely women.
Okay, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
10s across the board. Oh, period.
Okay, isn't saying you're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
Yes.
Too short. What's my favorite word?
What's my favorite word?
Cream guzzler.
Why they gotta say it like short?
Cream gobblers.
What's my favorite word?
Cream gobblers.
Perfect. We just said
We
we
said
were
we're
10s.
10s.
That doesn't. You didn't say that being on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect.
Facts.
Well, what would be perfect then? On a scale of 1 to 10?
There is no perfect, really.
According to the book of the cream gobbling Exodius, scripture Thoughtaladians, it states, if she has colored hair, and the longer her nails, and the longer her lashes, my brothers, the more body she touches. There's this saying and scientific studies that a woman's brain matures faster than a man.
What does a man got to bring to the table to be with you?
Money and good dick.
How much money?
A lot. Like 100,000. I like the rich scammers.
What do you bring to the table?
Myself.
Here's what I have to say to that. That is a bunch of bullocks. That statement, woman maturing faster than a man, that is a statement that I have been questioning for years.
Hi.
Hi, I'm I don't know what your topic is tonight, but I guess.
How old are you?
Guess.
Don't play with me. Guess these nuts.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of
these nuts?
These nuts? Got it!
The problem with many modern women today is that they price themselves as a 5-star meal, a sizzling filet mignon. But in actuality, these girls are barely even a single French fry, a piece of corn on a cob. Because dating for a girl 35 years and younger, they be like, oh, I don't need a man.
What?
An independent woman who don't need no man.
But dating for a woman 35 years and older.
Here are a list of things I expect men to do in marriage. Okay. Number 1, pay the rent, mortgage, and utilities. So that's like the rent, the water, and like the electric. You know what I'm saying? And then if we have a home, like the property tax and the mortgage insurance, all that good stuff. Number 2, to do most of the cooking. I cook, but I don't really like to cook. So it's really a plus when I meet a guy who is really good at cooking. And there are actually a lot of men that are great cooks. Number 3, the dishes. I don't like doing the dishes, so it would be great to have a man that just took that chore off of my hands because I don't like to do the dishes. Number 4, do the laundry. And when I say do the laundry, I don't just mean like put the clothes in the wash. I mean like the whole process. Put the clothes in the wash, put the clothes in the dryer, put them up, iron what needs to be ironed, fold what needs to be fold. Like do the whole thing from A to Z. Number 5, take out the trash. I don't like to take out the trash. Number 6, any yard work or housework. Now, he doesn't necessarily have to like fix it.
Wow.
Number 7, upkeep the car. So that includes any tire changes that need to be made, any oil changes that need to be made, putting gases in the car, making sure the cars are washed, like the whole process of upkeeping the cars from A to Z. Number 8 is date nights at least twice a month, but that actually goes into like any form of recreational activities. So if we're going kayaking, if we're deciding to take a camping trip, if we're deciding to go to a theme park, dates and or recreational activities per month. And number 9, an annual honeymoon. I do want to be one of those couples that takes a honeymoon every year in a different location. I think that's super cute. So definitely an annual honeymoon, and then a separate family vacation. So that's 2 big trips per year. So a honeymoon and a separate family vacation. And yes, I expect for him to pay for it.
We don't give a fuck! Jesus! We don't give a fuck!
They be like, I'm tired of men.
What happened? Where did all the men go?
Is it possible to improve without taking accountability?
No.
Yeah, you have to be self-aware and accountable for
What's the last mistake you took accountability for?
Damn.
The last mistake I took accountability for?
Always being late.
Always being late.
My cheek slang disciples, in the Hoology Book of Secrets, section Thoughtaladians, it states, these girls are entitled scum bags. See the red hair? Red hair equals red flags. These girls don't have much to offer. You treat these girls like cum rags. My disciples, these are the types of girls that I have suck my willy. And after that, I slap that bitch silly.
Okay. Why is it often said that women are notoriously late?
Because it take a long time to look good, boo.
Yeah. This young lady, this cream gobbler, says she's a 12 out of 10.
10s across the board.
But yet, she says it takes her hours to get ready just for her to be presentable. And she hides all her insecurities and flaws behind that mask filled with makeup. Sweetheart, I think you calculated your math incorrectly.
10s across the board.
It's more like she's a 12 minus H, which is 4, which equals for the streets.
Welcome, punch! She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets.
And fellas, watching TikTok videos about female nature is single-handedly destroying every man's desire, his lifelong dream of getting married, one video at a time.
You're like a dream come true.
Fucking cat! And gentlemen, I've been in the cheek slaying trenches.
Guess what? You're gonna have sex with me.
You already know I wanna fuck you. Let's go, birthday boy!
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
I've seen a lot of beautiful women, but there are 3 things that I have never seen. Number 1, a UFO, an unidentified flying saucer. 2, a woman who is beautiful on the outside just as in, who is emotionally and psychologically attractive and stable. And 3, the last thing that I have never seen is a bitch that I need.
We really can't provide nothing but pussy.
Come back.
At the end of the day. Don't wait. That's true.
Okay, so then how come when you ask a woman what she brings to the table, that's not her answer?
Because they're not being true to themselves. Okay.
Interesting. All right. So why do women complain about being sexually objectified when you think that the JJ is pretty much all they're bringing?
That's a good question. Wow. Next question, Steven.
Whew! Shout out to the It's Complicated channel. This brother, this man, has probably never lost an argument in his life.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
the more videos we see in the RP community of modern women exposing themselves on TikTok. This has made me realize. Now, before I launch, let me say this. This is gonna sound extremely twisted and messed up, but I must speak the truth. So here's my 2 cents. Seeing the modern women exposing themselves on TikTok has made me realize why women were so suppressed and controlled in the past. Because if you look at the Quran and the Muslim religion, there is a reason why they do it. Because if you give women access to their own devices, give them access to their own choice, look at what these women are doing on social media. It has turned women into entitled cream gobblers. And that will be the fall of ancient civilization. Because here's the thing. Chris Rock said it best. Chivalry is dead and woman killed it.
Well, if a woman's body count doesn't matter, why would a woman ever slut shame another woman?
Because females are haters. They be hating on each other.
Well, if women don't even trust other women, then why should men trust women?
Because, like I said, we provide the vajayjay.
Okay. Well, if women provide the vajayjay and men provide the resources, how is dating not just a loose form of prostitution?
It is. I never said it wasn't.
Okay, so then why do women get offended when you call them prostitutes?
Because they hate getting told the truth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Why do women hate being told the truth?
Because we are very hard-headed and we don't like to listen.
I think a lot of women have a hard time admitting when they're wrong and they just want to win the argument, even though, and then you go so far to the point of no return where you're just like, I just have to be right. I don't know why it's a hard thing.
Aren't men more likely to concede even if they're not wrong?
Oh, yeah.
Why do we have the expression being the bigger man?
I don't know.
Women nowadays, they want to be treated like children, but expect to be treated like adults. And fellas, women's egos are so massive today that they must think if a guy's not interested, he must be gay.
Hey, excuse me?
Yeah.
I just want to say I think you're really cute, and I was wondering if I could get your Snapchat.
Fuck no.
Excuse me?
Nah. I'm good. Trust me. I don't know. You just kind of busted looking. I go for more like attractive ones.
Got it. Got it.
And fellas, social media has made the modern woman more entitled and overvalue themselves. These girls need to hear it.
It's nothing special.
And fellas, social media has turned millions of women into 49ers. They're 4s, but they think they're 9s.
For the most part, I have been doing plus size modeling for probably like about 3 years now. I'm finally picking up and getting more people, everything. So I just wanted to ask a couple questions that you guys wanted to know.
This girl says she's a model, but she reminds me of a turtle. Because if I knock her over, her fat ass probably can't even get up.
The second question I get asked the most is, what made you do plus size modeling? For the most part, I saw a box.
What the fuck?
I saw a box where they didn't really want plus size models to be sexy. Like, they just wanted plus size models to just be plus size models. Like, and then the clothes that they were like showcasing, it was never something that I would have wanted to wear. Yeah, so for the most part, I wanted to get into modeling. I felt like I can make a difference.
These girls be like, oh my God, let me just take a slutty picture and post it on Instagram, and all of a sudden I will wake up the next morning and become America's Next Top Model. Let me just flash my big voluptuous tits on social media. And I'll become a successful business entrepreneur like Jeff Bezos. I'll become the next Bill Gates. Well, shit. If I play Call of Duty for a day, I'm a top tier Special Ops, Green Beret, Navy SEAL operator, Max fucking Prestige. All this, but in real life.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Please. Please, get the fuck out of here, man.
Isn't saying you're 12 admitting there's no room for improvement?
Ooh, you got me. No, that doesn't.
No, because I mean, the universal scale.
You gotta speak in the microphone.
Is it universal scale? We're talking about like 20, right? Right. So like, there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves, but there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves.
Well, isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
No, it just means that there's room to grow, right?
Yes.
It just means that
The
there's always
room to grow.
I didn't say we're perfect. We just said we think highly of ourselves.
Okay, but how highly is too highly?
There's not a limit. There's not a limit.
There's not
a
limit.
limit.
Too much.
You don't. There's not a level to where I think so highly of myself that it doesn't exist.
If I were to give these girls a letter grade on how accurate these girls rated themselves, A being very accurate, F being the absolute worst, I wouldn't even give these girls an F. I will give these girls a G. G as in good Lord have mercy. G as in God awful. G as in God please save us all. G as in G willikers. When you have a bunch of 3s thinking they're 12s, you start to get this feeling that we are starting to deal with a worldwide mental illness.
Yeah, it's not there.
I think everybody should think highly of themselves.
You should too.
All the way on the outer
You
space.
should have the most confidence.
High in the sky.
What is more attractive to you? Somebody that's down to earth and doesn't take themselves too seriously, or somebody who walks around and thinks they're all that?
I like both. I mean, no, I would.
It's like a mixture of both.
It's like it is a mixture of both. You want someone who thinks highly of themselves, but
also knows how to. Yeah.
Well, how can you be both? Aren't they a contradiction?
It's very possible. Look at that one. Like, I think highly of myself, and I'm hella goofy and down to earth at the same time. And I'm single, so
But we know that we're not better than anybody else.
Fellas, I've roasted a lot of cream gobblers today. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm starting to feel kind of bad. So for this roast I'm about to say, I would like to apologize in advance because what I'm about to say is about to end these girls' careers and send them to the shadow realms. Sweetheart, how the heck can you call yourself a 12 when you look like Donkey from Shrek? And did I forget to mention your best friend, Fiona? Because here's the thing. Women in the dating market, they tend to overvalue themselves, while men tend to undervalue themselves. Let me break this down from the perspective of hypergamy. Because if you understand a woman's dating strategy, looking at a woman's hypergamy, her dating perspective, that a woman, she only dates up. She will never date down. Hypergamy does not settle or date somebody who is equal to her. And fellas, if you look at a man's dating strategy, a man will always date down. A man will never date a woman who is better than him. He always settles for less because women, they can sleep with whoever they want. But men, we sleep with who we can. And women, when a woman is in her 20s, she chases men who she knows she can't have. But when she reaches her 30s, mid-30s, she will settle for what she does not want.
What happened? Where did all the men go?
This is why I advise all my fellow kings to be focused on your purpose and build your business, because that will actually work out and you will get a return on your investment. But if you invest in the modern woman, modern relationships today are like fat people because they never seem to work out.
He needs some milk.
That's it for today's video. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. And if you really enjoyed this video, I made you laugh, don't forget to hit that thanks button and support the channel. Fellas, I'm out of here.
I don't know how much longer I can hold this.
I'm about to bust.
Trespassing on my property. Get the hell out of my yard.
JT, let me have this house.
JT let you have my house.
Yes.
My shed.
I won it.
You're trespassing on my property. You didn't win shit in my yard.
Wait.
All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?